So, have you ever accidentally found yourself in a nudist colony? Because I have. So, it was around 2005 ish, and my husband and I were living in Brisbane way before kids, and we were working for this couple. And the boss one day goes, "You deserve a break." And he shouts us to a luxury weekend at Noosa. Anyway, this hotel was so flash. It had fluffy robes and a pillow menu. And the next morning, we decided to get up really early and go on a sunrise bushwalk. And we're walking through the scrub, and I'm getting misty eyed because I'm seeing koalas in the wild and pretty birds. Anyway, suddenly the trail opens up to a secluded little beach, white sands and pristine blue waters, and no one around. So we strip down to our swimmers and we run in the water like a tampon commercial. And then we notice all these heads, and it wasn't secluded after all. And then we see lots of boobs. And then a man did a duck dive, and we suddenly saw what he had for breakfast and a little bit of his brunch. And we knew then we were in the middle of a nudist colony. No judgment, but I suddenly felt overdressed in my bikini. And so my husband and I locked eyes and gave each other that look that psychic married couples give, the one that says, "Get the keys, we're out of here." And we started to kind of wade back into the shore. And then, as if out of nowhere, a rogue wave hits me like a freight train of shame and launches me clean out of the water and straight onto a very large nude man. And at the time, he was floating on his back like a very naked sea otter. And I land directly on top of him. And we're now chest to chest and vacuumed together by the wave's intensities. And we're like face to face. And his penis is like playing clapsticks on my legs, like the spoons. And all I could do was apologize. And I'm going, "I'm sorry, sorry," I'm trying not to make eye contact. And I rode that man like a meat boogie board all the way to the shore until his big hairy back beached itself into the sand. And in my peripherals, I saw my husband, and he's laughing so hard and scurrying into the bush while I pry myself off this man's bush. And if things couldn't get more uncomfortable, once I stood up, I looked down at him and I thanked him. I went, "Thank you," like he was a carnival ride. And when I made it back to my husband, we laughed so hard. Anyway, last week was our 25th anniversary, and people ask us what the secret is. And I often think of that day, because if your husband has seen you ride an old man's scrotum to the shore, then you can get through anything.